But he went into the stretch, maybe he's just so used to solo getting up first. So they kind of, I don't know. And now they separate. That was funny. Not one roll, singing. Like, what street for Lonzo's got his first time out. 6 career runs against in the postseason. Where they have against any individual. Mine is Patrick Morgan.
What's going on? This is Israel Rivera here. I didn't even know I was on the whole time I was on here with my whole spiel, y'all. Y'all saw me talking and y'all ain't even say nothing.
We didn't see you. That's the thing.
Y'all ain't see me in the stage. Anyways, Hey, welcome to the show. Week 1 recap. I'm gonna have to go through this again. I'm your host, Israel Rivera. There goes TJ Hopkins. There goes Christian Simpson. And man, I just went through a whole spiel and ain't nobody hear me. Anyways, please like, share, subscribe to the podcast. TJ got a lot of noise in the background. So yeah, I was trying to get through that. As you know, that's all I was like, yo, what's going on back there?
What do you hear?
I'm hearing the TV.
All right, how about now?
Nah, I don't hear nothing no more.
Right.
I don't hear nothing no more. But anyways, y'all, look, please like, share, subscribe to the podcast here at Prime Sports World. We trying to get this done before Monday Night Football when the Bears play the Minnesota Vikings here tonight. But what a week 1 for the books. Well, not yet for the books because we still got Monday Night Football. But what a Sunday, capped off with an 81-point total point game last night. Your guys' thoughts on Sunday as a whole before we get into the games here?
I mean, it was great to have the sport back as a whole. You wait so long for it, the Super Bowl Sunday, and then you have all that time off. But it was just great to, see all the pregame shows and just have, kickoff back. Everyone was excited for it, and week 1 definitely didn't disappoint.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, you saw it. Certain teams struggled. It was kind of it was sloppy. Like it was expected. You got a lot of dudes who don't play in the preseason. And when they come into that first game of the season, it's going from 0 to 100, real fast. Like take the Thursday night opener, right? You seeing CD Lamb drop passes that he doesn't normally drop. Go to the Kansas City Chargers game. That was pretty uncharacteristic of certain players, and so on and so forth on yesterday. But all in all, it was a very entertaining week. Capped off with that Sunday night game.
Definitely, a Sunday night game was really the cherry on top to a very eventful Sunday back for the NFL. And good way to start off this show was the Thursday night football game between Dallas and Philly. And there's a special somebody, Jalen Carter, who, even though Philly won, all everybody could talk about was the antics before the game, where he, spit on Dak Prescott. We saw Dak spit towards him, then he spit at Dak and spit on him, and was eventually kicked out of the game. But that, pretty much, could have, really hurt Philly. And if they would have lost, it would have been pretty much pinned on him as a reason why, because, if you look at defensively, they were kind of missing him, on the line of scrimmage. I think Dak had a little bit more time to throw that football, a little bit more time to, they had a little bit more wiggle room to run the football with Javonte Williams. But Yeah, Philly won 24-20. Thoughts on this game? Dak Prescott, 21 to 34, 188 yards. Jalen Hurts was very efficient, 19 to 23, 152 yards, 62 yards on the ground, and 2 touchdowns. He looked absolutely sensational, looked very crisp, a little old to Michael Jordan there with the shrug on one of his touchdowns runs. And CD Lamb with 110 yards, but all we could ever talk about was the drop passes
with
that he
drops.
made late in the game. So that was that. Thoughts on the game? Thoughts on the Jalen Carter whole situation?
Fiasco.
I'll start with you, TJ.
Um, Honestly, I'm surprised that the nothing's come down yet. I'm anticipating. I was anticipating at least a 1 game suspension. Like the Eagles have not said anything regarding that yet. For him to think that Dak Prescott was the instigator, like we all been talking with the fellas shooting the breeze and standing outside, and then somebody just casually spits on the ground, like and then no intention of that ever being at someone. And for Jalen Carter to think that Dak would do that just goes to kind of show the growth that he still has to go to. And for you to return the favor, sort of say, and then spit directly on him. And this guy I went to high school with, he goes, "Why they kick him out?" I'm like, "Bro, you cannot spit on somebody." And he's like, "They do much worse than that." And I'm like, "Yeah." And every time they do something worse, guess what happened? They get kicked out. Like it's they like I don't understand how hard that is to how hard of a concept that is to grasp. But he gets kicked out. Dallas immediately takes advantage of it. They go, his name's escaping me. The running back, Javante Williams, up the gut,
Mm-hmm.
pretty
Up the
much the
gut,
whole,
yeah.
pretty much the whole drive, and he
He
scored.
had
Like
two touchdowns
matter of
on the
fact, he
ground
scored right.
too.
He scored twice. So you clearly saw Jalen Carter's absence be felt, be seen,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously, you got the lightning delay, which is out of everyone's control. Like they can't control that. It was a good game. Like it was a lot closer score wise and game wise than I thought it would be. I thought the Eagles were gonna, hey, no prisoners. I thought this was gonna be like a 35, 38, 21 game, something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
not that Dallas. I mean, obviously, caveat, Jalen Carter not being like that. Literally, their best interior defender wasn't there. So if he's there, who knows what happens? Who knows if this gets out of hand or not? But for for that night, Dallas gave Philly everything they could handle. They even shut Saquon Barkley down. He only had what 60 some yards rushing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and
Philly did control time of possession though. 34 minutes and 52 seconds compared to 25
right,
minutes and 8 seconds.
and
So
that's
that
just
was something that was pretty that eye popping when you look at the
And that's
team
just and that
stats.
that just goes to show their adaptability. Because like, hey, before the game even starts, the best defensive player gets kicked out. So it's like they had to adapt to that. So like, all right, we cannot constantly have this defense on the field, especially when it showed that Dallas offensively was still going to be a problem.
First game back, you're gonna see like sloppiness.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you practice for X amount of weeks, and then when you actually get in that live gameplay, I mean, it happens at all levels. You know what I mean? Even at the professional level, even if they pros, it still happens where the sloppiness. 9 penalties for 110 yards for Philly.
yeah, that's bad.
That's bad. That doesn't get talked about enough. But they were 3 for 3 in the red zone, as Dallas was 2 for 3 in the red zone, which makes a difference, in my opinion. Christian.
Yeah. As far as the whole thing with Jalen Carter, I'm extremely disappointed, because to see something like that, that's a lack of discipline. And unfortunately, the Eagles don't have that one veteran in the locker room, and Izzy, you know what I'm talking about. TJ does too. And I said this to TJ after it happened. The Eagles don't have that veteran in the locker room. You know, the one where when he talks, everyone just listens. So, just to paint some scenarios, do you see this happening if Jalen Carter is playing with the Giants and Strahan is there? No. Strahan would probably take the kid, and take him under his wing and talk to him. Same with Baltimore.
Brandon Graham isn't there right now, right? So
he was that guy. He was that guy. Could you imagine if Jalen Carter's playing in Baltimore with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed? This isn't happening. New England, he gets cut if he does this in New England. I mean, he's looking for another employer the next day.
I don't know about all that, Christian. You kind of going too far. Do you remember who they had on their team?
Yeah, this is true.
That's true. That's very true.
Very true, man. Overall, the game, I thought this was going to be a shootout, the way they were going back and forth in the first half. Both defenses really adjusted and buckled down in the second half. And I think the one thing Dallas did wrong, they overcompensated for Saquon Barkley. And that just goes to show you how great and the presence that one player has, because when you draw that much attention, it just opens everything else up for everyone else. And Jalen Hurts had a field day on the ground with his legs.
That game sealing, not to cut you off, that game sealing scramble by Jalen Hurts is just kind of goes to show Eberflus's. I mean, to be fair, he did, like you said, they overcompensated for Saquon Barkley, but it's also that's the devil's advocate you play when playing the Eagles, right? So it's like, how do you want to lose this game? Do you want to lose giving up a bunch of yards to Saquon Barkley? Or do you say Jalen Hurts beat me? Do you want to make – and Jalen Hurts, unfortunately, still has that tag to his name where it's like, hey, you ain't – Saquon ain't finna beat us. You going to have to beat us. But to not have a spy in the middle of the field to literally stop Jalen Hurts from doing what he's best at, kind of goes to show why Eberflus got fired the way that he did. It's like, dude, he's been running on you all night, and in a crucial third down where you need the ball back, you don't have a spy in the middle of the field to make sure he doesn't take off, because he takes off right up the middle and just slides for the first down.
Hey, TJ,
in that game.
Let me tell you something. You bring up a point because my son 10U team, they playing against a quarterback that love to take off as soon as he see it, and you know what I said. I'm like the de facto D coordinator, and I said we putting a spy on that sucker all game long. So yes, you got to put a spy on somebody that just takes off, that's athletic like that, and that also, I mean, especially like guys, he necessarily wasn't like, killing you deep. I mean, Jalen was super accurate in the mid to short throws. And they pretty much said, like, y'all not going to beat us deep, and we're not going to let Saquon beat us. So beat us another way. And, they found out why Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champ. That's pretty much it. Moving on to Friday's game, in the Sao Paulo game in Brazil, as we have the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Los Angeles Chargers, as the Chiefs come up short 21-27. And from the onset, the LA Chargers just looked super crisp. Justin Herbert, 25-34, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. Everybody was eating on that wide receiver. When Quentin Johnson had 2 touchdowns, 5 catches, 79 yards, as he was the lead receiver. Lad McConkey, 74 yards. The old man, Keenan Allen, 7 catches, 68 yards, and a tutty, being back in LA with his 1-year hiatus, after his 1-year hiatus in Chicago. And then on the other side, for the losing team, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs look very flat coming out in this game to start off. 24-39, 258 yards, a touchdown. They just couldn't really sustain drives, in my opinion, to start the game. Patrick Mahomes, they couldn't run the football at all. Patrick Mahomes, 6 carries, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. He was the leading receiver. And TJ got something to say about a particular play probably in this game in regards to quarterbacks. Hollywood Brown was the leading receiver throughout the whole game for both teams, 10 catches, 99 yards. And I had a couple of my 10-year heroes the next game on Saturday, the next day on Saturday was like, man, Hollywood Brown sucks. He was dropping all the passes. He was dropping all the passes in the end. But I was like, man, he caught 10 balls. Like, you can't catch them all sometimes. But anyways, thoughts on the game? I'll go with Christian first. How do you how'd you like Kansas City? How'd you like the Chargers performance?
Friday was the best I've seen Justin Herbert look on a football field since he's come into the NFL. He was in control. He was poised. He didn't do too much. And you guys know, I've been on here saying coaches have kind of overused him a little bit, similar to how the Bills have been with Josh Allen. Run the football, let him dink and dump. He doesn't always need that home run play. I did not like what I saw from the Kansas City Chiefs at all, because they, in their minds, still have that mindset of we can play flat for 2.5 to 3 quarters and then turn it on in the fourth quarter. No, it's not going to always work that way. And the Chargers kept their foot on the gas and kept them down the entire game. And for the Chiefs, they got to establish Isaiah Pacheco a little bit more. I think he can help open up the passing game, because you notice now a lot of teams, ever since the Super Bowl when Kansas City lost to Tampa Bay, a lot of teams have kind of implemented their own way to attack Patrick Mahomes in this Kansas City offense. Tampa Bay, they blitzed nonstop. The Eagles in the Super Bowl, they got home with simply 4 and kept the spy in the middle of the field, dropped everyone back, and they won. You got to be physical with them, man. I noticed the Chargers doing that, along with some stunts up front, linebackers swarming to the ball, going sideline to sideline, and then playing that tight man coverage across the board.
Mm-hmm. CJ.
Yeah, obviously, I think that's the one thing that shocked me, like the fact that Kansas City couldn't run the ball. Like that was kind of, especially against the Chargers, and it's not like the Chargers, and there's no disrespect to them, have this, this vaunted front that you can't just run on. Like it's almost like that fear factor when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, at least for that night, wasn't present. Now going forward, different story. But like the Chargers gave a punch, Kansas City punched right back. And usually when we see the Chiefs punch back, the other team lays down a little bit, or they try to punch back and they don't. Now the Chargers say, okay, we punched, you punched, we finna punch you back.
Yeah.
And they won.
Yeah.
And they won. Like, now the play that Izzy was alluding to was a Patrick Mahomes scramble. And as he's, when QBs scramble, as they go toward the sideline, they always pull up. They always slow down because it's evident and obvious that they're going out of bounds. Well, Patrick Mahomes decides to, lower his shoulder and, deliver a little boom. And that play just lit Twitter up. They're like, okay. They're like, all right, next time he goes out of bounds, heading out of bounds, hit his ass. And I don't want to see him flop. I don't want to see him look for a flag, because you've shown in the past that you will lower your shoulder and try to, run somebody over, even if it just to get an extra yard or 2. So going forward, if that's the case with Pat Mahomes, defenders cannot, hit his ass. And I better not see a flag either. And I just got a trade notification from Adam Schefter, ESPN. The Jaguars are sending Tank Bigsby to the Eagles for a 2026 5th and 6th round pick. That just happened.
Whoa, I might swerve around that corner. Whoa. Man, that's the big news right there. And you know what, Tank Bigsby, I saw it when Tank Bigsby ain't get really any carries in that game. We'll call that in a little bit, but Trevor Etienne looked like he was real crisp in that offense. That sounds about the right move to do. So anyways, but yeah, no, I thought, man, like I said early on, man, I think the Chargers, I mean, just if they could play like that, and I will say this, I'll give a guy, one unsung hero, not unsung hero, but one guy that I think is going to make this offense a little bit more dynamic than what we really haven't seen in maybe a couple years since like Austin Eckler was like in his prime is Omarion Hampton, right? I think as he continues to get more carries, continues to get more adjusted to the league. He had 15 carries, 48 yards, but he ran the ball really hard. He's one of those guys, super dynamic. We've known him to break ankles and run through people and jump over people at North Carolina, Christian. And he's a dude that is a home run hitter for that offense. And if they could get him going, I mean, you saw Najee Harris was only one carry, but he was also coming in banged up. He could definitely make a difference. But yeah, I think the Chargers, man. I mean, people think that the Kansas City Chiefs are a runaway favorite for the West, for the AFC West, and those Chargers show something different.
I also want to say this because too many people on social media, they overreact. Oh, the Chiefs are done.
Nah, it's just the first game.
It's that and the third. Like, yo, it's the first game, number one. And 2 they're going to be there at the end of the day. After all, this is the same team in the AFC that's been the 5 out of the last 6 Super Bowls.
5 out of the last 6. What is it? 8 straight? No, not 8. 8 out of what is it? 8 straight AFC championships or something crazy like that.
Yeah. You can't doubt the Chiefs, especially when it comes in the.
No. But this time of the year is boring to them.
Yeah, but that also kind of goes to what your first point. Like you can't start off, like you can't keep thinking you can start off slow and then just pick it up.
No, you can't. And TJ, remember what I said to you
toward
the end of last season. You remember as they were just kind of coasting along. I'm like, look, their problems are going to catch up to them. I don't know when, but it's going to catch up to them. And it caught up to them at the worst time in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Moving on to the early afternoon of Sunday, we got our first game on the slate. The Arizona Cardinals went into the New Orleans Superdome and they beat the Saints 20-13. Kyler Murray 21-29, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I'm gonna just sum this up real quick. Kellen Moore. You can't throw the ball twice. Like you can't have a 2-to-1 passing to running when Spencer Rattler is your quarterback.
46 times he threw the ball. I was gonna get there.
No. We ain't gotta waste a lot of time on it.
It is week 1, damn it.
No. I ain't trying to hear that. And also, if you're gonna throw the ball,
disrespectful.
If you're gonna throw the ball 46 times, can you at least, I don't know, hit close to 300 yards, like 46? So to throw the ball 46 times, only had 214 yards.
It's like he triple G'd. He triple G'd Arizona Cardinals in the triple G Canelo the second fight. He jabbed his ass to death. No power punches. But man, you know what? He did throw that one nice throw to Juwan Johnson in the end zone that Juwan should have came down with to tie the game at least. And he did give him a shot. He did give him a shot to win the game in a way, moving the ball down. But yeah, Alvin Kamara's definitely got to get the ball way
more than 11 times.
I mean, more than 11 times. He's got to get the ball at least. He's got to get 20 to 30 touches. I mean, easily. If he gets 20 to 30 touches, I mean, this game is a whole different ball game, in my opinion. So, but I will say this: Marvin Harrison Jr., the first of Ohio State wide receivers to kind of have a good game and start the day off. 5 catches, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. And we'll get to 2 other Ohio State receivers in this recap that play very, very well, including a rookie standout as well. Christian, any thoughts on this game? Seems like we're going to move on. Yeah, we're going to move on. Anyways, next game. Oh, this is another move on. Next game on the slate, we got the Miami Dolphins going into Indianapolis, and they just got shellacked.
Oh, man, disrespectful.
8-33. This game was just not even close from the onset. Indianapolis jumped out to a 20-0 lead. And Christian, how'd your boy Daniel Jones play? How'd you think he played? 22-29, 272 yards, 1 touchdown. Jonathan Taylor had 18 carries, 71 yards. My boy, rookie DJ Giddens from Kansas 12 carries, 41 yards. He's going to be a big change of pace back. He's a big elusive back. He ain't necessarily a power back, but he's tall. He's very elusive. And on the other side, Tua just looked like he might need to hang him up, Jack. He looked a little.
Izzy, TJ, this is the best Daniel Jones has ever looked on a football field since he's come into the NFL. And you know why I think that is? He's out the spotlight that is New York City. Like, you got to have a different type of bravado to play here. And he didn't have that. So now that the lights aren't bright and the stage isn't that big in Indianapolis compared to what it is in New York, he's able to kind of thrive and just play football. He's not listening to that outside noise. And look, the Miami Dolphins can go to hell for all I care.
Well, you know what? Hold on. I will say this. They got a little bit of something going on in that locker room.
What they got going on?
Off the season stuff with Tyreek Hill's personal issues, right? You get married 1 year, then literally you have a kid by the chick, and then you're getting divorced the next year. It's just it's just not all there. The guy's going through a divorce. He looked mad out there. He don't look in sync. He looks pissed off. He looks terrible. He
looked very
miserable,
very
unhappy.
All right. So all I thought about was I forgot who it was on Twitter, but I retweeted it. I don't feel like scrolling for it right now, but they basically, Dolphins beat writers were complaining about the physicality that the Colts players were getting away with. And then all of a sudden, I just couldn't help but think about the joint practice between the Dolphins and the Bears, and they were complaining about that too. And it's like, this is a physical game. This is, what do you mean? Oh, they're too physical. If you think they're too physical, you need to switch. You need to retire, change professions. But Christian, to your point, the lights ain't bright for Daniel Jones no more.
Nah, seriously, and
they ain't bro. He went into this situation. The only dude you had to beat out for the job was Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
That's it. And if you're Colts fans, ride the high right now. He looked great. He looked great. Until
he started turning that ball over.
He looked great. Let's see what he does next week against a more formidable defense in Denver.
Most definitely. I mean, look, this is the Colts' first week 1 win since 2013. Let's put that into perspective.
That's 12 years, bro.
Was your starting quarterback. Chuck Pagano was still
your coach.
And I had hair.
Bro. So and I saw another tweet that was interesting. It was a picture of Brian Flores when he was with the Dolphins, and everybody was like, "We owe this man an apology." No, y'all owe that man an apology, because all Brian Flores wanted was Justin Herbert in a Dolphins uniform, and the GM was like, "Well, we're going to give you Tua, make it work." And we see how that's went. We see how that's gone so far.
We see how that's playing out, man. Yeah. Anyway,
real quick before we move on, think about how far this team has moved on. Falling down. They traded for Tyreek Hill. They traded for Bradley Chubb, and we thinking they drafted Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, and we thinking hey, they got some. They finna be flying all over the field. They finna do some damage when it come playoff time, and it's like, bruh, can y'all even win the damn division? Y'all can't do nothing right down in Miami.
It's been going downhill since second half of last season.
It's been awful.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what, guys? They kind of remind me of some of those Colts teams, no pun intended, when Peyton Manning was there. Because remember, those Colts teams would be run and gun, turn games into a track meet. I get that same vibe with Miami, especially since they've acquired Tyreek Hill. And you have Jalen Waddle on the other side. You punch those Indianapolis teams in the mouth, they will wave the white flag. The same thing with the Dolphins. This is a finesse team. Ugly the game up. Make it physical. Get them out of their box.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to. Next game on the slate, we got the Las Vegas Raiders going into New England and beating the Patriots 20-13. And I'm sure your friendly Raiders fan was having a ball in your group, Christian.
Look, this is just a friendly reminder that a blind man licks a titty here and there. Okay,
Hey,
don't get me started.
Anyways, Geno Smith looked real good, and this was Pete Carroll's first win as a Las Vegas Raiders head coach. So congratulations to there was some stat that he's won like I can't remember how many home openers or something like that. I think he's won every
season
home
opens.
opener. Yeah, every season opener since he's been a head coach. But Geno Smith, 24-34, 362 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That's what happens, man, when you got a guy like Chip Kelly up there calling plays, right? Ashton Dante ran the ball real hard, 19 carries, 38 yards. I'm assuming he'll get going as the season gets going. He had a touchdown. Brock Byers, the best tight end in football. 5 catches, 103 yards, and yes, I can say that. Finally, I can finally say Brock Byers.
I was gonna say something. But
you always gotta say something.
I'm gonna let you have your moment.
You gotta let me have my moment because I've been saying that since last year. Drake made 30 of 46, 287 yards, touchdown, 1 interception. Keishawn Butte was the leading receiver for them at 103 yards. Thoughts on the game? I'll start with you, TJ, on this win for the Raiders.
It's man. The Patriots have if he ever just can stay the fuck healthy, they have a future potential all-pro corner in Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, because it's the name. Come on, man.
Anyway, and when he's not there, it's so prevalent that he's not there. And it's no disrespect to Geno Smith, right? 362 yards is 362 yards. I ain't taking that from him. But at the same time, it's like he did what he was supposed to do. Oh, your best DB ain't on the field. Your linebacker can't nobody cover Brock Bowers. So yeah, my top 2 targets gonna have a day, and they did. They had like, come on, now, like it's crazy. Like, so if you're New England, obviously, like, not the start you wanted to the Mike Vrabel era. It was still a 1-score game. You were still in it. Like, it's just you just couldn't get the necessary scores that you needed. Like, you kicked a field goal with 19 seconds left to make it 20-13. By that point, we already know you need an onside kick. And if you need an onside kick in today's NFL, you're very rarely converting that.
Gonna get that, yep.
So yeah, that was all she wrote.
Christian.
This is a gutsy win. Yeah, this is definitely a gutsy win for the Raiders because it's tough for those West Coast teams to fly across the country and get a win in that in that 1 o'clock window. New England, was pretty high on them. Yeah, this is one game, but yeah, let's see how this pans out. I mean, defensively, they played with a ton of energy across the board. Once again, it was the offense that was stale.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, moving on to the next game, and this game was very, very entertaining. The Pittsburgh Steelers went into the Meadowlands and beat the New York Jets. I was going to say New Jersey Jets.
Might as well. I'm playing.
Anyways, my bad. 34-32. This is a very entertaining game. Aaron Rodgers, 22 of 30, 244 yards, 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers in this game. And then on the other side, Justin Fields looked very, very crisp. 16 of 22, 218 yards, a touchdown. Very impressive. He also had 2 touchdowns on the ground for 48 yards. Brees Lightning Hall with 107 yards. Garrett Wilson Actually, they, was, and what a hell of a play by Jalen Ramsey with a textbook hit on Garrett Wilson to end the football game, to pop that ball loose on the fourth down play, because Garrett Wilson, pretty much had that ball in, for a first down. And this is why you go out and go get all those veterans for Pittsburgh to gut out a win like this against New York. But this is a very entertaining game, very much back and forth. Aaron Glenn, it looks like he's going to change that culture immediately from day one in New York's locker room. And Justin Fields looks like he's going to be a big part of that. But really, really big game by Aaron Rodgers. I'll start with you, Christian. Thoughts on this game and everything about this game?
One thing I want to say, and TJ can vouch for me when I say this. Remember, TJ, when we were doing the preview show last week, we were picking games, and I said this was a shameless plug, and a certain somebody, I ain't going to say his name, David on point, said that, really? You going to preview this one?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Oh, he going to hear my mouth tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, but TJ, Swift, oh God, and two white men.
Swift, oh God, and two white men.
You need to stop. Yeah, this was definitely one of the two best games that I saw, or one of the three best games that I saw all day yesterday. But I have an issue with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their defense looks soft, not making tackles, giving up on coverage, not tracking the ball down, not being physical at the line of scrimmage. And you got to give the Jets that. Like, the Jets won the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. Justin Fields looks sharp. He and Garrett Wilson still have that chemistry. Remember, they played together in college, Izzy, at Ohio State.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But Aaron Rodgers also looked really good. And again, there's something about just playing in the New York, New Jersey, tri-state area. Some guys can handle it and some guys can't. And Aaron came in here and, look, he kind of showed flashes of Green Bay. Aaron. I mean, he, look, you could tell he had a lot of faith on that surgically repaired Achilles, dropping back in coverage. Dropping back in the pocket to throw the ball. And one thing he's never lost as he got older, he can still zip that ball and put it where it needs to be. But great win. The Steelers really had to grind this out, and Jalen Ramsey called game. And the former defensive player in me just jumped for joy when I saw that.
Yeah, that was an amazing textbook hit right there, TJ.
It was a lot of discourse on that last play. Like, oh, Justin Fields should have scrambled. He was right there. There were two Pittsburgh Steelers defenders literally right in front of him for that sole purpose, to make sure he didn't run. Now, he made the throw. We've been asking him to make. Garrett Wilson has to catch that. As he said, Jalen Ramsey made a hell of a play. That was a better play by Ramsey than it was an error by anyone on the Jets. And if you're blaming Justin Fields for that loss, then you're just bought into that narrative that he's not clutch, that he sucks, that he's this. Then whatever you feel about him, that's how you feel about him, and there's nothing he can do to change that. That's a personal hang up that you have on Justin Fields. What I saw from him was confidence, that air about himself, that, like, you know what, damn it, I am him. And for him to go into this game, keep in mind, when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were 4-2 underneath him and should have been 5-1, because that Colts game, that Colts game, it wasn't his fault they lost that game. Nope. The defense couldn't stop no damn body. So he goes 4-2 as a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they still decided to be like, you know what, we're gonna ride with Russell Wilson. And damn it, I would feel some type of goddamn way too, because it ain't like Russell Wilson was miles ahead of him. He was miles better than him.
No, he wasn't.
So it's like I wholeheartedly felt like he wanted that win. He wanted it bad. It was just unfortunate the ball ain't fall his way this time. It happens. But that was a great game. I think both teams scored way more than anybody anticipated, like themselves included. Like, bro, if you would have told me that this iteration of the Jets and the Steelers was going to play a game and the final score was going to be 34-32, They combined for 66 points. I'm like, ain't no way in hell. Izzy, when me, Christian, and David did the preview, I predicted some shit. What did I say, Christian? 16-10.
You said 20. You said 24-21 Jets.
That was after reading your preview. But when we did the show, I'm like, hey, I said this might be a 16-10. This might be ugly. This might be some smash mouth. People might call that game boring type football.
Yeah,
But
because I said in the preview, I thought the Steelers were going to win this one by a field goal. It's 2017. This just had defensive struggle written all over it.
All over it.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to the next game, we have the New York Giants, Christian's New York Giants, going into Washington and losing to the Washington Commanders 6-21 or 21-6, rather. Russell Wilson, modest 17-37, 168 yards. The Giants look like they really struggled, especially to run the football. Tyrone Tracy only 24 yards running. Cam Scatterbo did have a hell of a highlight where he trucked like 3 guys off
he gonna be nice.
Nah, he babied some guys. He couldn't. They did give it to him at the 1 yard line. They couldn't punch it in at the 1 yard line though. You saw that, Christian, right?
The Giants suck.
I guess I'll start with Christian.
I already said what I had to say. They suck. Plain and simple.
Yeah,
you know what? Look, I ain't done this in a while.
Go ahead, do it.
Where's the camera? What?
Do it. Trash.
Garbage can.
They trash. We got a lot of fire on it.
No, it was like this is what was frustrating about that game, bro. Like it was right. It was right there for him. It was 14-6. It was 14-6 for a long while, and that was kind of like that was. I think that was gonna be the like that's kind of how their season's gonna go. Like, are they gonna have days where everything clicks offensively? Yeah, but they offensively, like, that was so frustrating to watch. And it's almost like Jackson, like every time Russell Wilson got sacked or they went 3 and out, what does the camera do? They pan the Jackson Dart. And the commentators are like, I wonder if why is his name escaping me? The head coach.
Brian Dable.
Brian Dable.
Yeah, I wonder if Dayball is gonna put him in. I wonder if he's gonna put him in. And it's just like, at this point, I know what Russell Wilson is. Russell Wilson should not be seeing the field. Respectfully, it almost makes you wonder, are they better off going with J-Mo or putting Dart in just to hit those throws downfield and so on and so forth. Me personally, if I'm Brian Daboll, hey, I know what I have in Russell Wilson. I know what I have in Jameis Winston. What I don't know, can this first round pick play this position? I would have put Jackson Dart out there just to see, like, not just to see. I would have put Jackson Dart out there. 21-6 is not like it is what it is, but it was 14-6 for a long time. They had a shot to win this game. Touchdown in the 2-point conversion is 14-14. You had a shot to win this game, and that was sad. That was sad to watch, honestly.
It was a sad game to watch for the Giants. They did look like they struggled offensively. In my opinion, I think you roll with Russell Wilson for a little bit, kind of, see what he can do, but the writing's on the wall. I mean, Russ don't got nothing to prove no more, in my opinion. He really doesn't got anything to prove. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's made multiple All-Pros, He's a Hall of Famer.
He's going in the Hall.
He's going in the Hall. He has nothing else to prove at this point. The only thing he has left to prove is look what Joe Flacco did, right? Joe Flacco had to swallow his pride and become a backup, and then eventually, got thrust again into a starting role. I think Russell Wilson needs to just, you know, get that
Accept
back,
that.
accept that backup role, and be a mentor to Jackson Dart, because I think Jackson Dart is the future. He's the more athletic quarterback. He's gonna be, that has more of the livelier arm,
Because
and you want to see what
that's
you want to see what you got with the young guys, with this young core
like that was
of
a
New York right
play.
now.
Like I think the play that you talked about is where they tried to get the ball to Cam Scatterboo and he got stuffed.
Yeah, he got stuck. Yeah, the 1 yard line.
Like
Yeah,
a couple plays before, I think a play or two before that, Russell Wilson scrambles.
yeah.
Russell
He couldn't. He usually make that
Russell Wilson
play.
scrambles like Russell Wilson scrambled. He
He
fumbled
got
the
the
ball,
wheels
but
no more.
he fumbled the ball, but he recovered it. But I just can't help but think like, hey man, like 5 years ago,
He would have easily
he
walked in the end zone.
scores. He
Yeah, he would have
scores on
easily
that.
walked in on the end zone on that one.
He
So
scores on that. So it's just like
yeah,
that's kind of when you have to accept that. Hey man, this is.
Jaden Daniels Jaden Daniels look very fresh. I mean, I'm interested to see how he plays in year two.
Yeah,
But he looked all right.
he ran
He
into
looked
some
okay.
he ran into some sacks. I think it was it Brian Burns had. Did Brian Burns have two? Who had two?
Yeah,
Someone.
yeah, something
Yeah,
like that. I think
something like that.
Brian Burns had let me see how many
Oh, oh,
sacks we had. No, there was two sacks, Deron Payne and Dorrance Armstrong. Oh, you talking about, yeah, Brian Burns had two sacks
yeah, for the
Giants. You're
Giants.
right. Yeah, for the Giants, yeah. Yeah, he did have two sacks.
And the rookie Abdul Carter, he blocks a punt. So it's like, hey, so it's like defensive. That's what I'm saying. Like your defense did all they could to keep you in this game. It was a
Yep.
winnable game. It was a very winnable game if you're the Giants, and that's
Very
what's frustrating about it.
Moving on to the next game, we got the Carolina Panthers going into Duval County and facing the
Duval.
Jacksonville Jaguars as they lose 26-10 to the Jags. This one had a long rain delay. I think it was like an hour and a half rain
Yeah,
delay.
it's been bad weather on the east and throughout the southeast for a couple of, like yeah the whole weekend basically.
Hate to say it, Bryce Young ain't that guy. 18 to 35, 154 yards, a touchdown, two interceptions. He just did. I mean, honestly, he can't be that guy when the offensive line don't give him no
Give him
time to throw the football.
like
But
man,
he's got playmakers. Chuba Hubbard, 16 carries, 57 yards. They were down majority of the game, so they had to throw the ball. You still got T Mac, or I don't really think he likes to be called T Mac. I think he likes to be called his nickname, whatever that is.
who was that?
Five, Ted McMillan. Yeah, 5 catches, 68 yards. He was a leading receiver for them.
What's his nickname? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, T Mac. Oh, his actual nickname is like some Samoan, Hawaiian.
Oh, okay. We'll look
Some
that up
poly
later.
nickname. Yeah, we'll look it up
We'll
later.
look that up later.
Yeah, he don't really like to be. He don't really like to be called T Mac. That was some Arizona stuff. Because he's like, I'm different from the basketball. He wants to be like known.
He wants to be. He wants to be his own. He wants to be his own self. I got you.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, 19 to 31, 178 yards, a touchdown, one interception. Travis Etienne was the star of the game, as we all thought that it would be Travis Hunter. We all anticipated Travis Hunter. He did play decent amount of snaps throughout the game, but Travis Etienne, 16 carries, 143 yards. He was absolutely sensational. Travis Hunter did catch 6 balls, 33 yards, and he had 8 targets as well. As he looked better offensively, I guess, than he was on defensive end, because he played more snaps offensively. So, yeah,
I mean, I gotta say it that like it's their second corner. Now, to be fair, he was matched up against J.C. Horn. He did have J.C. Horn beat. If Trevor Lawrence just makes the proper pass, first off, better interception than that ball was severely underthrown, and for J.C. Horn to still intercept that ball the way that he did,
that was a hell of an interception too. It's probably one of that one-hand catch, one-handed interception there. Yeah,
and
it was
it's like, bro, it's like Travis Hunter houses that if Trevor Lawrence puts that ball on the money.
Yeah,
He houses that. But to your earlier point, you get that momentum change in play, and then you go three and outs. That's deflating. That's
Yeah,
deflating.
Carolina. Carolina's got a long way to go, man, as a football team. But honestly, I just think that Bryce Young, if it's one game, so hopefully he catches on the rest of the year. But he's got weapons around him, man. There's no excuses. He's got weapons around him. He's
Man.
just got to play better. The offensive line got to play better. Christian, any thoughts on this game?
Nah, not really.
He say,
Yeah.
nah, not really.
Nah, yeah. I thought so. Next game we got
Say,
on the
nah,
slate as
not
we move a
really.
little. Next game we got on the slate as we move a little bit fast as we start to end the earlier slate. In the Sunday, we got the Cincinnati Bengals going into Cleveland as they prevail 17-16. This is a hell of a game. Everybody waved off the Cincinnati Bengals. They caused, I forget how many turnovers. I'm trying to get the stats up. They did cause some turnovers in this game. That defense was flying around the ball all game long. Joe Burrow, 17 to 33, 14 to 23, 113 yards, a touchdown. Chase Brown, 43 yards. Joe Flacco, though, 31 to 45, 290 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions. As the Cincinnati Bengals win this ball game. Thoughts on this game? Cincinnati's defense looked pretty good in this game. Two interceptions.
Yeah, Cincinnati's defense looked pretty good, but can it hold up? I think that's
true.
The question.
No,
Right.
it can't.
Right. I need to see this.
I would tell you right now. No. Okay. So, like, just to sum this up, this is why this game was so important for the Bengals. Since Zach Taylor's been the hit. Hey! Listen to this gospel. Listen to this gospel. Since Zach Taylor been the head coach, they were 1-11 in opening games. Like over the course of the first two games since under Zach Taylor. So they just got their second win to open the season under Zach Taylor. That's why that's crucial. and it was only 17-16. And it's I'm gonna chalk that up to that classic, AFC North rivalry in division. Hey, we know what you got, you know what we got. We don't like y'all don't like us. Vibe. I'm good. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
She said,
Anyways,
he ignorant. I raised him better than that. But anyway, I said on the preview show that this was a must-win for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I don't like using that term so early in the season, but they just couldn't afford to get off to another 0-2 start because I think it's been 2 or 3 seasons in a row. Last year they start 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
So now you kind of have a little bit of wiggle room. You are kind of in the driver's seat. Yeah, it's only one game. Joe Burrow didn't have to be Joe Burrow. He kind of just game managed things, and the defense, they handled the rest. I need to see the Bengals run the ball a little bit more. And, with the Cleveland Browns, it's like the Dallas Cowboys. What can go wrong will go wrong. Plain and simple. The curse.
Absolutely. Next game we got on the slide, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz Dome, and they prevail 23-20 in the NFC South battle. Tampa Bay's won the last 4 NFC South division championships. I think Atlanta swept them last year too, by the way. Baker Mayfield, 17-32, 167 yards, 3 touchdowns in the air. He was also their leading rusher with 39 yards. And the young rook out of Ohio State. This is Ohio State. Here go with this team. Emeka Egbuka, 4 catches, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns, including the go-ahead touchdown and game-winning touchdown on a post route. Basically, at the end of the game, Mike Evans said, "Hey, I'm gonna call game on this one," and that's got some balls of steel for a young cat coming in here in his first game
First
in the
game.
NFL. Yeah. Michael Penix Jr.,
Man.
27 to 42, 298 yards, 1 touchdown. He looked real good. He also had a rushing touchdown there at the 1 yard line as well. Yeah, Bijan Robinson was the leading receiver with 100 yards. This game was really, kind of nip tuck back and forth, but Tampa Bay prevailed. I start with you, TJ. Thoughts on this game as Tampa Bay wins?
Yeah, I faced my brother in fantasy football. He had a Mecca Egbuka and
Yes,
Derrick
sir.
Henry. It was a long day at the office for me. But
Especially with Derrick Henry.
man, I think that if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, obviously all good things come to an end, and Mike Evans is one of those dudes where you don't know how much longer you're gonna have him, and if Emeka Egbuka can keep doing if he can play how he started, you're gonna feel very confident in that transition to go from Mike Evans to
He's
Emeka Egbuka.
he's Chris Godwin in his prime right there. Like when they had Chris
And
Godwin, Mike Evans both in their prime, like Emeka
mhm,
Igbuka is what Chris Godwin was in his prime, probably even better right now is
I
what you're looking at.
like looking at both teams. Like obviously, like if you're Baker Mayfield, 32 pass attempts, only 167 yards. We already know Baker Mayfield is a gunslinger. That's not going to
Yeah,
be
that's
that's not going to be
pedestrian.
the norm, right? That's not going to be the norm. Both teams failed to establish the run. That's my only knock against both teams. Like I understand Michael Penix, 27 to 42, 298 yards. You only ran the ball 28 times. Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier, 10 carries,
Like
10,
done
10,
it.
10, and 10 and 12, 24 yards apiece. You're not, I mean, like, obviously, like, you still had a chance to tie the game at the end. Young Way Cool. I almost said Young Ho, but that's not his name. Young Way
Yeah, young
Cool.
boy cool missed it. Yep.
Young Way Cool pushed it. And so, like,
Pushed
now he
it
has to,
after Chase McLaughlin pushed his too, hit the doink doink on
yeah,
the extra point.
he has to face, that Atlanta vitriol for a second. But Bijan Robinson did have a day through the air, 6 for 100 through the air. That's and the touchdown. You take that,
50-yard touchdown catch.
right? But obviously, both teams gotta establish the run. Both teams gotta establish the run. That's my only takeaway. It was a great game, great game. Both teams just have to establish the run.
Yeah, it definitely was a great game. This was one Tampa needed, especially like what Izzy said. Atlanta swept them twice last year.
Oh, so
And,
I was wrong on that one. Okay,
you
my
know,
bad.
wait, what happened?
No, I thought when we did the preview, I thought Tampa swept them,
Nah,
and y'all. So
nah.
yeah,
Yeah, and Rebecca Egbuka, Izzy knows how high I've been on this kid. Just raving about him on College Football Showdown, and what he brings to the table. He's actually my pick to win Offensive Rookie of the Year this year. I think he's that good. Atlanta, yeah, Atlanta just can't hold the lead. We know this. This has been going on since the 2016 season. I'll give you 283 reasons why they can't hold a lead.
Oh, you petty. Let's game.
What I do? What I do? What did I do?
He know what he did.
What?
So I give you 283 reasons why.
Next
Oh, he.
game in the first game of the afternoon slot in the best game of Sunday, not because it's the Green Bay Packers, but only because it's the Green Bay Packers as they defeated the Detroit Lions 27 to 13 in Lambeau Field, baby.
Mhm.
This was an excellent game. Michael Parsons' debut in this game. And look, I'll tell you this right now. I'm still trying to find a blade of grass on Jordan Love's jersey because that offensive line kept him upright all game long. No sacks, barely any
Mhm.
pressures. He was 16 to 22, 188 yards, and 2 touchdowns through the air. Josh Jacobs, 19 carries, 66 yards, a touchdown. Romeo Dobbs with a big catch, 48-yard catch. He had
Yes,
68
sir.
yards. in the air. Jaden Reed with a touchdown. Tucker Kraft with a touchdown. And on the other side, you got Jared Goff, 31 to 39, 225 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 reception, 4 sacks. He took 4 sacks on the day. The Detroit Lions just could not run the football at all. Only 46 yards rushing as a whole. I expected a little bit more out of them. But I will say this, that defense from the Green Bay Packers, man, their front seven just looks completely different now with Micah Parsons, as everybody just has a bit of more confidence now. Lucas Van Ness, the first 3 plays made tackles. First 3 plays in the game. So
not to cut you off, like it almost feels like and we saw this again. It's shades of 2018 for y'all, but right when the Bears got Khalil Mack, it almost felt like everybody could go back to like their natural position almost on the line, right? So like with Micah, adding Mike, and obviously he only played like what 30 some odd snaps against it in this game because he didn't play a lick of preseason. He didn't do much in training camp because of the holdout and whatnot. Obviously, as the season goes on, he's going to get more reps. They're going to be he's going to be on the field at all times, so on and so forth. One of the things that I saw online was when he got his sack, one of the tweets was like, "Oh, the Packers got a headhunter," and somebody was like, bruh, he chased down Jared Goff. It's like you should be absolutely like you should be worried if he can't chase down Jared Goff. But that being said, for the Detroit Lions, it did not feel like Jared Goff went 31 of 39. Didn't feel like that at all. 2, like you said, like they couldn't run the ball. 3, they're missing more than just Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. You can definitely tell that line was missing Frank Ragnow, the anchor that he was. Like, man. So like, it was just a rough day at the office for the Detroit Lions.
Micah Parsons was like he was in Jared Goff's face literally all game long.
When he was on the field. That being said, those I don't know how long we're gonna have the matchup, but that for 2 games, twice a year, we get to see Micah Parsons and Penei Sewell go to war.
Well, they lined him up all over the field though. At one point, they lined Micah Parsons in at nose.
And you asked the question, it's like, why would they do that? And it's like, yeah, maybe because a guy like Frank Ragnow ain't plugging up the middle no more.
yeah. So he's got an opportunity to kind of and you got to think about the command he gets, right? He gets a double team all the time, like especially on the inside, right? Because he's so fast with his swims, his rips, and all his other actions that it gets outside man to man with Rashad Gary. It's just crazy because like when you look at the stats, man, like Quay Walker had a great game. I mean, Edgerrin Cooper had 12 tackles in the game.
And Aiden Hutchinson,
9 tackles in the game.
And Christian, obviously, I'm tossing this to you. Aiden Hutchinson goes over. He didn't get anything. He got a bad penalty. In my opinion, I didn't like that penalty. Brian Branch makes a great play, which could have been an interception, and Aiden Hutchinson he knocks Jordan Love to the ground, and that negates a pick 6 for the Lions. Like obviously Izzy's in the group chat like, hey, I love it. Of course you do. But I just don't I don't like the overprotection because it's like, are they football players or not? And if you're the Lions, I'm just asking them to have patience with Aiden Hutchinson. He's still gonna be that dominant player that y'all know and love. Just give him a minute. It's gonna be all right.
Absolutely, Christian.
Wait, Detroit lost? I know y'all lying. See what I did there? Yeah,
my man.
Look, this was the best I've seen the Packers look in I don't know how long.
All phases.
I mean, listen, both sides of the ball, they were just getting what they wanted, and TJ brought up a good point. Micah Parsons and his impact reminds me a lot of when Khalil Mack was with the Chicago Bears, and just having that one guy that motivates everybody in the front seven. Like everybody wants to get downhill and just get home. And if the Packers play like this, man, watch out.
Man, watch out, man. It's both teams have Super Bowl aspirations. Both teams are Super Bowl contenders. It's going to be a hell of a season for both
Hey,
teams.
TJ, it's got that Detroit pack if y'all want it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Moving on to the next game in the late afternoon segment, we got the San Francisco 49ers going into Seattle in a divisional game, beating the Seahawks 17-13. Brock Purdy, 26-35, 277 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And Ricky Pearsall was the leading receiver at 108 yards. And on the other side, Sam Darnold, 150 yards, 16-23. And I'll talk about another Ohio State receiver, as they were all teammates at one point. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 9 catches, 124 yards for the Seattle Seahawks. Something about them Ohio State wide receivers, we all knew that they were going to be great at the next level, and they're proving it, especially in week 1 this Sunday. But at the end of the game, who ended up sealing the deal? Another Ohio State alum in Nick Bosa, right, with the strip sack to seal the deal in the game against the Seattle Seahawks. Thoughts on this game?
Typical NFC West showdown. Coming into the game, I kind of had a little bit more trust in Brock Purdy than I did Sam Darnold because David brought up a really good point last week. Justin Jefferson, Jalen Naylor, Jordan Addison weren't walking through that door. All right, you got paid, you got your money. And like what TJ said last week, TJ, can I echo what the church said last week?
Mm-hmm. The church said, amen.
What you gonna do? Plain and simple. Seattle had so many opportunities to capitalize, and they just couldn't take advantage of it. Big win for the 49ers, and let's see where they go from here now.
CJ.
Yeah, just that. Again, Sam Darnold. Hey, you got your bag. Now you got to prove why you got your bag. Like he kind of did it a little bit. Like it was still a 1-score game. You still in it. Got to hold on to the ball. Got to take care of that pill. Obviously, if you are the Niners, you got the win. I ain't gonna say it's panic mode. Like this season's panic mode for the Niners, but it kind of is because that window, that championship window. That some bitch closing.
Well, yeah. Now with Debo in Washington, you're down. Ricky Pearsall stepped up.
That some bitch closing, and you took another hit today. Like, hey, George Kittle gonna be out for a few weeks. Hamstrings are tricky. Like hamstrings are tricky. So
things all year.
Yeah, like hamstrings are tricky. Like you, just when you think you might be over it, then you try to test it out. Then it reminds you like, hey, no, not yet, not yet. So that was kind of I said that in the preview with Brock Purdy. Like, let's see how you are without some of these weapons that you're so reliant on. All right, so let's see how you. Let's see how you navigate this thing. You got the win this week. Celebrate that. Let's move on.
Moving on to the next game, we got the Tennessee Titans and another rookie in his rookie debut with Cam Ward, the number 1 overall pick, going against the Denver Broncos in Mile High Stadium. We all know this is a hard game for anybody to play early on in the season with the high elevation as the Tennessee Titans lose to Denver 20-12. Cam Ward 12-28, 112 yards. He took 6 sacks on the game. He did make, a couple good plays. One good play where he improvised, got around the, some defenders and pitched it out to, I think it was had to be Tony Pollard. But on the other side, Bo Nix, 176 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He wasn't that great as well. 25 of 40. Cortland Sutton caught that nice leaping touchdown grab. Had 61 yards and a touchdown. But I think the overall theme was, Cam Ward. Both teams. Denver's got a really great defense, but Cam Ward, as he gets more reps, he'll be able to. He's got to be able to just get rid of that ball. This ain't college. This isn't
Right.
Miami. And me and Christian and TJ, we all watch college football. We all seen them last year. Me and Christian, do college football showdown every Friday. And we talked about how Cam Ward was always so able to improvise. And he's always, he keeps that ball in his hands to the last minute and gets rid of it. Well, at the NFL level, you're gonna have to work quick, bro. You're gonna have to work quick, bro. Because you're gonna get out of there real quick.
What you say, Christian?
This ain't that. That ain't this.
Yeah.
I think.
Welcome
No,
to the NFL, Rook.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
but, man, I think Denver, they're in a. We're proving that last year wasn't a fluke type of mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Defensively, especially, man.
Especially defensively, because this was a team that led the league in sacks last year, and I think they can do that again because everyone came back. Nick Bonito, Zach Allen. You know my rule. You better have game. You got
they added pieces, and they added pieces. Hufanga. They added cats.
I think Bo Nix is going to be better this year. Like I really do. But good win for Denver. Tennessee played a little bit better than I thought they would have.
Jeffrey Simmons, absolutely monster.
He's underrated. He's so underrated.
So
underrated.
Just imagine him in the right system. Like, could you imagine him in Cincinnati right now?
Oh my God.
See, I imagine him anywhere. He'll be really good.
TJ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's I think the video that's going around is obviously the video of Cam Ward's dad reacting to Titans players dropping his son's passes. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Like obviously, like 12 or 28, 112 yards, 6 sacks, no touchdowns, no picks. Bo Nix, Christian, you said Bo Nix is going to be better. To be fair, that Titan secondary is that's an underrated secondary. They still
Riley Moss, you know what I'm saying? One of the best corners in the league, Patrick Surtain on the other side.
But it's like, so I'm talking on the Titan side, you got L'Jarius Sneed, been underrated his whole career, also a Super Bowl champion. We just talked about Jeffrey Simmons. Sebastian Joseph Day is always known to make a play. Amani Hooker can make a play. So for Bo Nix to throw 2 interceptions against that defense, it's almost like you shouldn't be surprised because that defense can be good.
That defense is going to be good. I think it's going to be very good all season long. I think as Cam Ward gets more reps, man, I think he'll be a lot better.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He needs to just get rid of the football a lot quicker. You can't hold on to the ball that long. This ain't Miami. This ain't the ACC. Damn it. You them dudes, especially against Denver. I mean, shoot, they coming all balls to the wall. Every single play at your head. You the number 1 overall pick. They gonna keep coming at your head every single week. So you're gonna have to get rid of that football a lot quicker than what you were this past week. Moving on to the next game, the last game of the late afternoon slate. We got the Houston Texans going against the Los Angeles Rams as they lost in LA 14-9. CJ Stroud 19-27, 188 yards, 1 interception. Nick Chubb as Joe Mixon was out for this game. Nick Chubb was the leading rusher with 60 yards on the ground. They really couldn't get it through on the air, but LA, man, what a game for Puka Nacua. 10 catches, 130 yards. Matt Stafford, 21-29, 245 yards and a touchdown. He looked like every bit of great in this game as he was utilizing all his weapons. Devontae Adams also with 51 yards in this game. And defensively, the Rams look really good. 3 sacks on the game. Anyways, DJ.
This game showed why the Houston Texans are pretenders because I can't take them seriously. I mean, 9 points on the road, that's not going to cut it. Their defense did great. You couldn't have asked for their defense to play better than what they did. It's the offense that struggled, and this offense misses Joe Mixon. Plain and simple, like Joe Mixon brings an added dimension and a value to this offense. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He can block. you can think it and dump it to him, and then he can run it, and he's just an impact guy. And I think they miss him, and until they get him back, we can see their offense just coast along.
TJ.
Matthew Stafford became, I forgot which how many NFL quarterbacks have done this. I want to say 10. I think he became the 10th NFL quarterback to eclipse 60,000 passing yards. That just cements, or I mean, it was already cemented, but that just kind of puts into perspective that Matthew Stafford's been good a very long time. It kind of sucks that he wasn't really appreciated till he put on the Rams uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's all said and done, get his gold jacket ready too.
Get his gold jacket ready too. And you know what? I'm so excited to talk about this next game and the last game and the best game, and probably is going to be the best game of Sunday because you're going to get a bunch of gold jackets ready for a bunch of players on these two teams right here. Yes, the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football played. And you know what they used to do back in ESPN, right? This was a what? Instant classic. 41-40. Buffalo came back scoring 22 points in the fourth quarter. Go ahead, Christian.
Wait, hold on. Let me do the music. Dun, 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 dun,
dun, dun. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, when David comes on tomorrow, y'all make sure that he gives Buffalo an apology. Because David was in the damn group chat talking about this game's over. This game's done. This game's over. It was like 7 minutes left. This game's over with. This game's done. And as soon as I was like, yeah, this game probably is over unless they get a turnover. And boom, what happened? Derrick Henry fumbles the football, gives it right back to Buffalo. And that's exactly what they needed. Man, Josh Allen turned it on. 33 of 36, 394 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked in complete control. At one point, Buffalo could not stop Baltimore's offense at all. There was nothing that they could do to stop this offense. Lamar Jackson was in complete control. Derrick Henry was running like a man out of his mind. I mean, he had that 49-yard touchdown run or whatever the case is. I thought it was the sealer of the game. 18 carries, 169 yards for the King Henry with 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson 70 rushing yards as well in a touchdown. Zay Flowers 143 yards in a touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins had a hell of a touchdown catch. Everybody got touchdowns. And the young man on the other side from Florida State, Keon Coleman, 8 catches, 112 yards in a touchdown. And he may not be the fastest wide receiver out there, but he's got great footwork. He's got great body control. He's got big hands. He's strong and he's athletic, and he will body your ass if you are guarding him and you are a tiny wide receiver. Am I right or am I right? He will body your ass, and he will make sure that he boxes your ass out and he gets up and gets that ball. You know what I mean?
You know what, Izzy? I said this to somebody. This is why the Bills didn't go out and get, a big name wide receiver, because I think they're expecting Keon Coleman to take that next step.
Oh, yeah.
And last night showed that he's earned the trust of Josh Allen. What a win for Buffalo to come back. And Baltimore can go to hell too. The West Side.
Oh, that was a hell of a game. I gotta get, but then I gotta blame the coaching staff though, Christian, because you have to remain in the fourth quarter. You can't just continue to think that we're gonna coast when you got the ball back. Right when you get the ball back and you got a chance to ice it, you don't run. Okay, obviously we know that they're gonna key in on Derrick Henry and stop that run, right? But then you don't run no damn end around with Zay Flowers. Like, what are you doing? Keep the ball in Lamar Jackson's hands. Let him decide the game. Let him win the game for you. You got to keep what you were done. Derrick Henry on the first play. The next 2 plays should have been in Lamar Jackson's hands. I guarantee he would have got you a first down and you would have won the football game. TJ.
Man, what a game! What a game! What a game! Like it, it kind of felt over when DeAndre Hopkins did what he did.
Yeah, it definitely
Like
did. It
that
won't with
felt
Derrick Henry did what he did.
that yeah, but at the same time, like that was like expected. You know, like you expect Derrick Henry to do Derrick Henry things. When this when DeAndre Hopkins caught that ball with one hand, and it was like I'm still DeAndre motherfucking Hopkins, boy. Like, I'm still him, bruh. And it just felt like it felt like the Ravens. It was their game to lose, and lo and behold, they lost it. Like I said in the group chat, like I haven't listened to any national sports media today. I was all like, I'm just curious as to how or if they somehow tried to spin this and try to pin it on Lamar. Like Derrick Henry's fumble was his fault. Like it's Lamar's fault that they somehow lost this game.
Yeah, but TJ, what have I always said to you? The easy thing to do in football is to is to um is to blame the quarterback. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
yeah.
even when the defense doesn't make a stop. Oh man, look, is he getting love? I see you. Look, yeah, the easy thing to do, unfortunately, is to blame the quarterback when things don't go right, especially even on the defensive side. And the last time I checked, the quarterback doesn't play defense. He can only do what he can do.
Oh, speaking of defense, that 3-play stretch by Jair Alexander in the fourth quarter on the last drive was the worst 3-play
You
stretch
say,
I've ever seen him
yeah,
play ever in
it
his
was a
life.
it was real personal. It was real personal for Izzy on that when it came.
Bro, I've never, bro, he got burnt once, not only once, but he got burnt twice. Then on the second time he got burnt, instead of having the wherewithal to be like, let him go score this touchdown. Let him go score this touchdown so our offense can come back on the field and have a chance to win. He makes the tackle and lets them ice the game out. Like that was just the least amount of low. It was such low IQ football from Jair Alexander. And you know, the one thing about I love Jair when he was with a Packer, but his last couple years was kind of like Rodgers, where he was just too much of a headache. He didn't play enough. He was injured all the time. He was
Like
a diva in a way. He
wasn't
just
worth
went out his
the
way to make everybody miserable. You know, he wasn't worth the headache. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And so now, you know, he comes on the Baltimore Ravens team where it's like, you know, it's you know, it's put up or shut up, and you don't make no plays. I mean, I said it. I was like, man, his ass should be cut tomorrow. You know what I
He
mean?
said cut tomorrow.
He should be cut tomorrow for making them damn plays. I bet he was talking a lot of shit. He talks a lot of shit. Yeah, he one of the biggest shit talkers out on that field. And for him to make them stupid plays, man, like he, you know, we all, you know, the best of the best make bad plays, but
Yeah. Look,
Jair, all
listen,
pro.
anytime I see Jair Alexander, I just say, man, if you don't sit your Terrence Howard looking ass down, like, come
Yeah,
on.
this is a hell of a game. This was a hell of a game. One of the best games. I mean, we're gonna be talking about this game forever. And then Monday Night Football as we close Sunday off. We got Monday Night Football as the Bears look really impressive so far. Thoughts on the game so far as y'all are watching as we close out this podcast?
I haven't
here.
seen it yet, but I'm hearing that the Bears have really locked down Justin Jefferson and Minnesota.
7-3 right now.
Yeah, the
Bears
Minnesota,
up.
they're gonna have to get Aaron Jones going. They got to get him jump started because what does running the football do? It brings the defense to the line of scrimmage. You can use play action. And you can take a top. You can take a shot over the top.
And we all know from watching JJ McCarthy at Michigan, he's an excellent passer out the play off play action in the pro style.
Yeah, he can move. He can move with that moving pocket as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Keys to the game for the rest of the game, TJ.
All right, for the Bears, obviously don't panic. Stick to the script. No Jalen Johnson. Yeah, no Jalen Johnson tonight. No Kyler Gordon. No TJ Edwards. So Yeah, stick to the script. They got a dumb penalty which helped the Vikings move the ball down the field. Play smart football. Just play smart football.
I think you got to play smart football too if you're the Bears. And I'm interested to see how much of the playbook is opened up. I think it'll be opened up all the way with for Caleb Williams and all his talents that he has getting the ball downfield with the innovative uh, you know new head coach that they got. So I think that I think Chicago, does need to stay level headed, keep playing good defense, and not give up give up big plays, and they'll be just fine. I think they win this game, 24-14. Chicago wins
Yeah,
this game.
listen. I think the key for the Bears is you're playing a physical defense. Like
You at home too.
Yeah, Brian Flores is one of the best defensive minds in the National Football League. He's gonna throw a lot of pre-snaps. He's gonna make a lot of pre-snap adjustments, and then he's gonna come out of what he showed you at the line of scrimmage to try and confuse you. So the Bears need to either run the football or they need to use the quick passing game. Because the pass rush can't, that's the way you neutralize a stingy front four. The pass rush can't do anything if the ball's out your hand.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, anyways, that's a wrap for the podcast. Before I leave the podcast, I just want to give a special shout out to our 10U football team for getting the dub this past weekend. We 2-0. We're going for 3-0 this weekend. Ain't that right, kid? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're going for 3 wins this weekend. So wish us all good luck. Naperville Saints, 10U Silver Division team. We out there balling. We gonna go undefeated this year, y'all. It's especially
luck,
if they got
boys.
me. If they got me as a head coach, I'm not the head coach. If they got me as one of the coaches,
He
they
said, "I'm not the
gonna
head
go
coach."
undefeated. I ain't the head coach. No.
Hey.
We got an excellent. Hey, we got an excellent head coach. He don't play no games, bro.
He said, "I'm not the head
you know
coach."
What? Yeah. But anyways, if they got me as a coach, we going undefeated because I'm gonna do my best to get these boys prepared. Anyways, y'all, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. We'll catch y'all here tomorrow for the review for week 2 review with David. I will not be on here. I'll probably be back Wednesday for Fantasy Football Weekly, but keep it locked here at Crown Sports World. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast.
Real quick, is just another plug. Just another plug. When and where do y'all play y'all games in case people want to, pop out and
we playing. Hey, yes, TJ, we playing this weekend. I think Saturday 4 p.m. in Naperville. I'll shoot you the address so you can come see the boys play and rock out. We playing Tri-City Green this weekend. So real tough team. Okay. We got a team. We got a team out here, man. We out here balling, man. So yeah, come out and support. But anyways, man, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. And in case I miss you, man, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you later.
And I get to say it twice in the same week. Izzy just threw that thing off the backboard, T-Mac style, for me to just say, holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy and see you later. Peace out, guys.